Going up to San Fran. Oh, let me get this on here. Heading up to San Francisco. Going up for Labor Day weekend show. I got my hush puppies on. I guess I never was meant for glitter rock and roll. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I think I'm live. And I have 0 viewers here. Let me see if I can fix that. Control copy. Let me get my YouTube page open up here. Ladies or gentlemen. Okay. So where's my page here? Go to my channel. My video. Let's see, wait for the comment section to open. Okay, it's hidden. Oh, all right. That's good enough. Control paste. And maybe I should mute this while I'm in it. Yeah, I think so. Muting was a good idea sometimes. All right, there you go. And there we go. Pin message. Feel welcome to come on in. Anybody that wanders by accidentally falls in the ditch over here. You know, Brojo had a pretty good hangout going on early. Brojo of the 420 Cafe. Kudos to Brojo. Everybody should follow him. Find him on YouTube or whatever. It's the greatest channel on YouTube. I don't know why more people aren't following it. But, you know, that's just one guy's opinion. Okay, so let me see here. I think that's on, right? Let me give it a little peace sign here. See how long that takes before you're going to see some fingers come in the screen if this is working. Oh, wait. I I paused it. Dang it. All right. Everybody's like, what are you talking about? Okay. I paused my YouTube screen even when I muted it. So I'm not actually. Okay, so there we go. Let me see now. I'll do that test again. And 1, 2. Should come in there. There we go. There's my fingers. Wow, that's quite a delay. Okay. Anyways, that's that. Okay, and then I can copy this YouTube link, I think, and I'll go over to some places here. Let me see here. Oh, chat. I wanted to check out the chat for a second. Kaboom! Link. Here you go. There's the link. Mr. Balthazar. You guys remember Balthazar? I had a really nice talk with him the other night, like, I don't know, 2 nights ago. 2 days ago now, maybe. Or, I don't know, less than 24, about 24 hours ago. And then I got to, I don't know if Victor, if you'll listen to this or you hear this, but yeah, I was talking, the Victor, that the hangout I did last time where you and I were just in there. Anyway, Peter Gunning commented on the outside, after we were done, I think. I mean, not during the live thing, but on the outside, once the video posted. And I was having a little conversation there with them. But yeah, it'd be fun to get those guys in here. So I'm going to see, poke this in, poke Peter a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how you other guys feel about this, but okay, so here I'll go to Brojo's Happy Chat. That's always a good place to put links, right? And there we go. So if anybody's bored and wants to come in and chat, let me close. I gotta close some of this stuff up. Close that. I guess I'll close that. I'm gonna be getting notifications all night. All right, and I think I should be. Comments. Okay, so yeah, I got yeah. Okay. So I got the pinned comment for joining, and so I don't know what I can do for entertainment. One thing I'm gonna do is turn the heater on. It's getting a little cool in here. Woo-hoo. did want to. Yeah, I just brought this other guitar up from upstairs, so I am kind of practicing a new song. So it's a little cold in the room, and so I guess gotta adjust this a little bit. It's so funny. Sometimes the littlest touch. Sorry about this. I mean, I don't have people out there to tune my guitars for me. How's this song go? Okay. Anyway, I'll play a little bit of this so I can get, just so I can remember to get a feel for it. Let me see. I'm into love songs all of a sudden. Let me see. Come on, man. Is this YouTube acting slow? Yeah, probably because all the probably sucking up a lot of stuff right now. Probably should turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone. Let me do that. Just maybe save a little bit. There we go. And then I'll go to history. I was just looking at that. I was just playing that song. Okay. Man, is that slow? Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. This is the song. I don't know what you guys think. I'll turn the volume up a little bit. Oh, it's fine. It's like, here we go. Oh, hold on. I've got to pause. Now unmute. And then redo that. There we go. It's an Eagles song. Try and love again. I just meant to hit it pause. It's voice. Just fast forward it. Anyway, yeah, that's the song. Let's see. It's a hard part there for me to work on. Anyway, that's fun. I want to open up. I forgot I was going to see if there was a different thing I can do on that. So it might be on this sword, on this song. Try and love again. Try and love again. Good look was in her eye. Never know what might be found there. She was dancing right on time, and the moves she made soft music that surrounds her. Should I stay or go? Really wanna know, will I lose or win if I try to love again? Anyway, yeah, that's a good tune. All right, let's see. Okay, that's the one I'm used to right here. Hold on. Let's see what the little magic does. You do? Ah, that's no help. Oh wait, this is it. Ah, no way. Okay, cool. That'll work. Okay, I wonder if I can get it in the same key though. All right, let's see. Just have to go back and see what this. Okay, I didn't have to do that. Okay, so that's a D, and then instead it's. So how do I get that C here to sound like this with the cape, right? Yeah, let's see. Let's see how the cape. Oops, sorry about that. I can think of that. All right. I will go back to the cape and go back to the screen. I guess nobody's watching anyways, but I figured there might be, if anybody's bored, like, it could happen. It could happen. All right, let's see. I gotta open up this neck here. See how close that is. Sorry. Oh, that might be it. It sounds close. Let's see. Probably not, actually. Hold on. All right, cool. I didn't realize that. So, yeah, if I put a cape on it, it's a lot better for me. Let's say that. Okay, let me try the auto scroll here. Oops, I missed that. change guitars here. Yeah, all right. That's kind of cool. I'm glad I got that. Oh, I got it. Oh, this one guy. Want to stop by and hang out? Oh, sorry. Dang it. I didn't hear you. I was banging away on this stupid guitar. Sorry, Todd.
Well, wasn't too bad. I was trying to like type in the words in the side chat to like the music.
Oh,
Like
okay. Oh,
as lyrics. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. I just got home from doing a emergency clean, so it wasn't too bad.
well, Brojo had a great hangout today. I mean,
I missed it. I thought I was still going on.
and I was in there for a little while, but I got interrupted by this. I don't know, just talking with this girl I've been dealing with. But anyways, yeah. So and then I got back and everybody was gone. I guess. Like I tried to get like I didn't know if they might still be in there. You know, the same. You know how you get in there
Oh, in the
offline.
background.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if there was like a link
Not
posted,
live
yeah.
after it's ended. You know. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. It didn't seem. I think the room emptied out. So what have you been up to? I'm trying to
Just
get a
got
cape.
home, to be honest. Yeah.
Just putting a cape on this other guitar. Yeah, I was like this Eagles song. It's well, you heard me messing around with it, right? It says it's "Try and Love Again," but this is a D. It's a D sound. You know, it's no. I think they normally play with a D, and it's just no capo. Okay, so this is a D, but it goes D, or yeah, it goes D G and then D G, but then it goes to this F sharp major, which is a bar chord that's difficult for me, and especially difficult because you got to go anyway, you got to go back to it. It's like you go G, go to E minor, then back to that chord again. A, D. Anyways, the point is, if I put a capo on the second fret, then I can just play F, C, E minor, D minor, and something else easy too. So, anyway, at least chords that I can, I can. That D
Yeah.
minor is that's that. But anyways, love is in the air for me, brother. So
I think I know that song, yeah.
no, I mean that's a different song, but I mean I was just
Oh.
saying literally for me, love is in the air.
Oh, oh. Got the butterflies.
Yeah, it's like
Play some
love
green
is in
sleeves if you know the
love is in
song.
the air. I wasn't talking about love is in the air with every sight and every sound.
Yeah, that
Is that
song,
what
yeah.
you're talking
Yeah.
about?
My wife never actually knew that song and it took me by surprise. I'm like, you don't know that freaking song? I had to show it to her. I'm like, it's like, yeah, I don't know that song. I'm like, how do you not know that song? I was
It's
like
kind of a
taken back.
famous song, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or I think it's from a movie, probably, right?
I can't remember.
I mean, to me, I think it's an old song, right? I mean, it's an old song. Like, it's an old favorite, right? Kind of thing. Old,
Great.
kind of, yeah.
Oh, I think I found everyone. Richard's
Where
live
are
right
they?
now.
Oh, in Richard? Oh, okay. Who's in there?
Yeah. Richard, Sammy, someone called My Darkened Understanding, Serb, Secular
Well, do
Pagan
you?
Mom, and
Oh,
Yuri.
I didn't even know that. Let's go. I mean, you want to go in there, or are you
I
not
don't
welcome?
know if I'm yeah, I think I don't know if I'm welcome to be honest. But if you want to go, by all means, yeah. If you want, yeah.
No, I won't leave. And I mean, that would be rude. But I'm just saying. Okay, I just assumed you. I mean, there would be no problem. But well, have you and Richard like whatever? Have you yelled at him or something?
I don't want to go in there and then make an argument, then he complain I don't know how to make an argument, and then it's like a big thing.
Oh,
So
you're
I'd rather
afraid.
not step on his toes
Sounds like you're
and
afraid.
leave him whatever nonsense he has, right? You can only throw fucking shit at a wall so many times, some shit like that. And if it, dust your feet off if they don't hear it, right? That's
Well, I
as the
just.
saying goes.
I mean, I don't have. I mean, I have nothing but respect for Richard myself. But that said, I cannot talk to him about his theology because it. I just can't talk on the same level as him, and we don't. I mean, I can listen to him. I mean, no, I can listen to him and listen. I
Hmm.
can follow along, right? And understand. I think what he's talking about. It's just my worldview and his are just two completely different things, and so yeah,
Right.
good for him, and he might be right. Who knows, He's as confident about his views as I am about mine. I think, got to give it to him, and he's honest and he's got integrity. That's my view. But it's a crazy freaking view.
Yeah.
All the same.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
it is what
like,
it
who,
is.
who am I to talk about having weird views, huh, Todd?
Not necessarily, to be honest. There's
I mean,
arguments to be made. At least there's arguments to be made for open theist position, right?
I don't know.
It's
In
it's
some
it's
ways,
not yeah.
I get close to being on an island by myself sometimes, and that's a little scary. But well, sometimes it's you got to be on the island by yourself.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about most open theists, just because it's just I get it.
I mean, think about it. You think God really cares that much if someone has a little bit of a mistaken idea about something or other? As long as he loves God. I mean, I think God knows if a person loves him or not. And then, like any father, you're gonna cut him some slack. He's a kid. What do you expect? I mean, that kind of attitude.
Something like that, yeah. But then my brain goes to it, and then it's like, well, when's that kid gonna learn and all that X, Y, Z?
Yeah,
How
but
lenient is a father?
but Jesus said, or Paul, Paul taught that. I think it was Paul, or it's the same idea as several places. But when we see him, we will know him as he is. Or we will. What is it when we see him? We shall be known even as we are known. Something like that. So I mean, there's this idea that our knowledge and our intellect will be more fully realized or something. In the eschaton.
I
After the
mean,
resurrection.
after death.
Well, at the resurrection event when you get your new body and everything, and then you
Yeah.
just life in the kingdom will go on then. Right?
You think it's gonna be like a Neo upload, or you think it's gonna? I think it's more of the three through books and tomes type
I
of.
don't. My view doesn't necessitate or really need a. I mean, I guess you could do that thing, but panentheism, because everything is made out of the stuff that is divine stuff, and God molds it into what it is. So I don't know. He could just reshape the former stuff into exactly what it was. It wouldn't be a download, a re-download, but I mean, I don't know what the difference would be, practically speaking. You know,
Uh huh.
if you're dad, I mean, if you're dad, I don't know.
Damn it.
I mean, my feeling is believers will be alive, you know, but I could go with soul sleep kind of thing, until the resurrection.
So I didn't want to be rude, right? It's a good thing I stopped myself. Richard just left the stream, right? So I don't
Uh
know if
huh.
anyone could get into his stream. He left the stream running, and I was gonna be like, "Oh, just in case everyone knows, our Rennick stream is open." But I'm like,
Oh
"That's
my
rude as shit because
goodness!
his
Wow,
stream is
he's
still
out of there.
going." Yeah, right. But I'm like, wait a minute, his stream is still going. That'd be very rude if I did that. So
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up. Oops, I'm so tired. It's good though.
Nobody.
No,
Yeah.
so
I'm,
describe to me. You think
I'm
what do you
surprised.
think
I'm
of
surprised. I'm surprised Wildheart hasn't jumped in here by now, or is he in there?
Oh no, I haven't seen them. No, good point though.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead.
describe to me the panentheism. Like, what is it like? Do you think how is God entangled into the universe? Like,
Okay,
um,
so it's
yeah.
easiest for me, I think, to explain it if we just start with the regular Christian view of creation ex nihilo, because I mean that's kind of easy to understand at least at that point, right? Creation ex nihilo is kind of like I make fun of it this way, but it's kind of like God pulling a rabbit out of the hat that wasn't there, and just out of nothing. In other words, there wasn't anything, and then God spoke, and then poof, physical matter came out of nothing on this model, right? I mean, and it's even difficult for serious philosophers to describe this, actually, because of the nothing issue. What is nothing? And my view is it's like, even if it's just a ridiculous idea that God would make something out of nothing. I'm sorry, that's like, huh? Yeah, I mean, so, and then I'm just thinking about and then along with this in my thoughts, my thinking along all these lines was, there's all the Bible says about, because I've been paying very much close attention to whenever I discover anything that touches on like man's nature, or what man is, or what God is, not attributes of his, but more like the physicalness of him. Those, like, if God is described in physical ways, I want to
Right.
pay attention. What kind of idea is this? I can allow its metaphor or whatever, analogy or whatever, figures of speech. But still, what is it? What is it? If you just read it, and what kind of thing is this assigning to God, or this kind of thing? Okay, so like, I don't know. So just after time, and then I was like, yeah, so I was really stuck with this logical problem of something coming from nothing. And it just obvious. I mean, the obvious thing was, well, obviously, if there's something, like, because I always had this argument from when, like, I was a first grader, about like, having to do with thing, like, it only, like, let me just run by this. It only made sense as a first grader that God existed, because I thought in my mind, well, I exist, and if I exist, that means something. I boiled down to right away. Something always
Right.
had to exist. If I exist, that means two things. Something, either God or not God, existed. I was like, or the world, or the universe always existed. Either God has always existed, because I exist. That's one of those things is true, I thought to myself, right? And and then and then just from there, it was a natural leap to, like, well, if I assume God, wow, everything makes sense to me. Like, everything about humanity, the history of humanity, all makes sense. All the actions of all these guys, Christian or not, you know, everything involved with the Bible, as far as I read it, it's like, bing, man. It was like, yeah, I mean, to me, so that's, and then, later on, when I grew up and I read like Romans 1, and, where the creation itself, God, you can't look at creation. You cannot look at this world as a human being, and not come to the reasonable conclusion that there is a creator God. That's what I'm saying. Now, go from there, but anyway, so I'll let you. I mean, I want to continue on with the panentheism for a second, but go ahead.
No,
You
you
got
can keep
anything?
going. I'm just listening. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right. So I had this issue with the creation out of nothing thing, and then it just seemed to me that, well, if so, and then I don't know. I just had this idea. I already had rejected classical theism's ideas just because they were just Greek nonsense, related to the Jewish scriptures. They're just not even related. I mean, it's a whole different world, in my opinion. It's like, that's crazy. I mean, the Bible doesn't talk about God in like as a simple God with no, no, you can't talk about him, in any way that's intelligible, things like that. Like the Bible doesn't talk about God as wholly transcendent from us completely, utterly transcendent, where there's God and there's not God, and we're in the not God category. The Bible doesn't teach that at all. It teaches more of a that we're certainly related to God, and we can one day we're going to. I mean, Jesus himself was praying with his disciples, make his disciples one with them, him, Jesus and the Father, like they are, and he's praying this about the disciples. And Acts talks about Rome in Paul's sermon in Acts 17. He talks about human beings as being the off. He mentions the poets, the Greek poets, like the certain poems about how they call them their offspring. That human beings are the offspring of God, and Paul actually agrees there. He says, "You're right." Therefore, since we are the offspring of God. See, so things like that just start coming together. Then you can read like Moses, the Psalm of Moses, in Psalm 90, and you start that at the beginning in a more literal translation of the Hebrew. It's basically before you birth, before the mountains were born, or ever you birthed, birthed, the earth and the world, even from everlasting, I, some. So as a birth, of course, that's how human beings can be divine, but separate from God. And eventually that became my view of Jesus, actually. But Jesus is a special case that I would just I'd have to explain to somebody how it is, because I do believe in that Jesus was always existed. He was eternal with God. But just like all things that are divine share that eternality, because they are of the stuff of eternality. You know what I mean? So in a sense, but God can take that eternal stuff and fashion something out of it. So, like, technically, it's a new thing, like, at least that God stuff didn't exist in this form, eternally, So, whereas my view of the word, is more like, it's a lot related to how I view the Spirit of God is, the Spirit of God I see as the Father, who's invisible, because Jesus says, like, or all, spirits are invisible. Hold on, somebody, I gotta say it. Right. So spirits are invisible. Oh, hey, Plastic Jesus, welcome to the show.
Well, hey,
It's
what's
a
up? I'm not
PJ.
invisible.
The show. Yes, you are. I can't see you. There he is. Well, anyway, I don't know if I should keep going or.
I mean,
So
if
I
you
was just
like, yeah,
talking
I'm just
about.
listening. Yeah.
Were you listening on? Were you listening to anything, Victor?
Nope, I just heard like the last 10 seconds, maybe. I saw you had
All right.
some, so
Well,
I thought I'd jump in and see what's
this
up.
is boring. This is boring. So let's
Oh, yeah, I was
just.
boring about it. Like, what are you guys talking about?
He's going on
My
about his Go ahead.
panentheism. He was asking me about panentheism, or my beliefs about that
Uh-huh.
idea, I guess.
Oh, that is boring. Talk about some cool shit.
Yeah. Well, what you got for
No,
us?
sorry. What's that? Oh, what do you want? You want like Wicked? You want something
I want
horrific?
you to. I want look at. I believe in free voluntary associations where everybody does what they want.
Right on. I mean, like, what's the deal with Well, explain. Was it pantheism? You said?
Oh, panentheism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was just trying to explain, like, my view of the. It has to just do with, like, where did this all come from?
Uh huh.
So one Christian, like, I don't know, the Christian view I was always raised with was called creation ex nihilo, which means creation out of nothing. In other
Uh huh.
words, so, but philosophically, I mean, I don't think people really understand that creation ex nihilo, kind of what it really entails. But
Well, I mean,
suffice to
you're
say,
inferring nothing at all, right? Just complete void.
Well, I'm talking about the philosophical issues that that have been discussed historically. That's all I'm talking about, and whether
So
you agree
what's
with them or
one?
not.
Okay, if it says existence is from nothing, where they said it's been discussed, so where they say nothing is, what is the beginning there?
Well,
What is
this is the
nothing?
problem. Okay, this is one of the problems is defining nothing. So, and
Right.
that's always been a problem in the
Well,
philosophical world.
nothing is already assumes empty, void, empty space, voidless. Just I mean,
Well,
just
you
void.
recognize some of the problems that people introduce, right? Like,
Well, if
I
you're
don't
looking for
know, nothing.
miracles and magic, there's no problem with imagining something being created out of nothing. It's just use your imagination,
Well,
right?
I do. Well, when I think of it, like I was
Oh
just
no,
telling
because
Todd.
that's still derived of the mind, which is physical body.
Right.
Well, that of course we have.
That wouldn't be from
We're
nothing.
doing these things with our minds. We're talking. I mean, we can't avoid that. But
Yeah, that's all we have. Even the philosophers have discussed this before.
now,
If you look at like what I mean, I'm sorry.
and it's fair to deduce some things from that fact. Sure, like
Right,
whatever. But go ahead,
right.
Victor.
But then we're going to go off what is accumulated in the person's mind that's going to philosophize about what this is and what they know, and then it's almost like how far can you go with it with the imagination and right?
I don't know. I mean,
I mean, think about it. What's
are we
philosophy other than
assuming? Do you
imagination
assume?
and fun? You
Do you?
don't think that Pythagoras has more on you.
This is what I think. I mean, and I think you. This is another. Like I keep thinking about these things I really like about you, Victor. But it's this creativeness that. I mean, I think it's because look, you've experienced what it means like to be creative and have inspiration and stuff. And so
Well,
frick those other frick those other guys.
visually, yeah.
Frick those other guys. They're not any better than I am. I mean,
Yeah,
or the
if
next
they
guy.
can do
Like
it, I can do it. What's the big
exactly. Like
deal? Right? Yeah.
we're all even here. Look, I don't look up to see you. No,
Right. Everybody's like I think on an equal plane. We're all men here. We're all people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I like that.
Mhm.
Well, it's almost 1:20. Do you know where your brojo is?
Is it really almost fucking 120?
Wouldn't that be
Shit, twelve
hilarious if he
twenty.
popped in right now? Oh,
Right. Yeah.
I know he
I
said he
think
was
he's
tired.
chatting on the side over there in Madsen's.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe. Yeah.
Well, maybe he will be in then. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I didn't even know Richard was. I mean, I think I might
Yeah,
need
I
to.
didn't know either.
Oh,
I
he
think
went to bed. He left the rest of the people there for the night.
I have to subscribe.
I didn't want to
Oh
be
well,
rude and be
Todd
like,
was
yeah, by the
Todd.
way, guys, Irenic is live. Because I just saw
Yeah,
he
but
left. I'm like, that's so rude.
Richard probably has 10 in his room though, doesn't he?
No,
Yeah.
he went to bed. He only has like
No, I'm
4 left.
saying is he got a 10-person room?
Yeah. Yeah. He does.
Yeah, I only have 6. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know who's in. Was it full? Or maybe
Well,
not.
it was full for a while, but he went to bed about 20-30 minutes ago. So he left Sammy and a couple other people in there to, I guess, finish it out, or
I
he's
know
gonna head
Todd
back
said he
later.
was gonna go. As soon as when he dropped out of there, he was gonna run in there and say, "Hey, Irenic's got a room open, you guys."
Yeah, people started dropping, like, yo, Irenic's live. Yeah. Chill it out. But I
You know
wait till
what?
the end.
I can't tell you how many times I've been in a room like that situation, and because I'm on my phone and I accidentally touch it, and then it's shit, I'm out, I kick myself out,
All right,
accidentally,
yeah,
and then you can't get back in because the fricker, the dude
mm,
is not there.
yeah. I don't know. He said I leave it in control. I leave it in your control, so I don't feel that somebody has mods. If anybody, probably Sammy. I don't have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you in there then, or no?
I was just on the side there. Will and a lot of peeps were in there. Titan
Okay, but
and
you were
Freak and
listening. What were they talking about?
oh, it was kind of interesting because Serp was trying to get Rage was it Raging Atheist knock right?
Oh,
Trying to get him to like to adhere or at least rope onto the concept of a god. And it turned out to
oh,
like a nice little argument with them going back and forth. And Knock was
okay.
like, "All right, you know what? Fine, I'm a theist, and I'll pray to existence if that's what you want. I love it." He kind of like just freaked out a little bit. It was funny.
But
He
that's
kind of conceded. Yeah.
of course that's what makes Serb's day is when somebody reacts like and seriously because he's presenting them with a problem that they walked into because he led
Right.
them there.
Yeah, but I put on the side there because Knock was fighting it for the longest time. I was like, dude, just use your fucking imagination. Sometimes getting into a trap is the best way to find a way out. You know, sometimes you want to be trapped. That way, it makes you think a little bit.
Absolutely, man.
And if your end game is atheism, then you're gonna find a way out of it. So why not, use your mind a little bit rather than just fight
okay.
everything? Yeah.
Would you say you're more MacGyver or not MacGyver?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I fashion fucking all kinds of crap out of
I mean,
nothing,
there's no.
man.
I've been a MacGyver my whole fucking life,
Hell
dude.
yeah,
I mean,
especially with
I like.
cars.
I can. You can't pin me, man. I get out.
Hey,
I'm just saying. This
you
is my
gotta, yeah.
nature. Is like I can't be pinned. Like I'm not saying I can't be pinned in. I'm saying I can't live. Like I gotta be where I can get out. I mean, I don't want to walk in where I can't walk out.
Well, sometimes the fun part is that puzzle. Even if it might take a day or two, or it might take a couple seconds.
Yeah.
But to me, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of getting
Well,
knocked. I don't get knocked down. I see a wall, and how do I get around, over, under? What? There's got to be a way through this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that usually happens to me by accident or by naivete or something on my part where, oh shit, and then I recognize, I'm in this thing. Okay, and then the wheels start turning, right?
Right.
And then, man, it's just like every freaking time I've always figured it out. Almost without fail. I've never been in that kind of where I think we know what we're talking about, where you didn't come up with a solution that was like satisfactory or whatever, or it was the best that could happen. And
yeah,
dude,
but then you're gonna get like, when you come to a conclusion and their conclusion doesn't fit their narrative, then you're gonna get like all kinds of backlash from that. So then it's kind of like a revolving wheel.
Talking about more you navigating your life and doing, going the way you think you should go rather than following the crowd or anything like that. That's
right. Yeah. It's almost like, well,
I mean, you're gonna get blowback, so you gotta just expect that going in. That's all. I mean, put that in the bank. People are gonna.
Oh yeah, especially if you got a position. If you got a position in the game that they're arguing about, they're gonna knock on you about it and say, "Okay, now you're a Christian. Tell me what why is this and how's that?" They have a lot of fun with it.
Well, I know, but there's a certain group of people that they're not even comfortable with someone just doing their own thing on a they can't leave anybody alone if they're not doing what they should be doing, quote unquote, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I see that a lot. Well, especially with these type of things when you get into the,
like St. Tommy would say, "Hey, my business is my own and I'm minding it."
Yeah.
But I wish more people would mind their own business. There wouldn't be such a need for some of these laws, I think.
Yeah, but I mean that's what kind of people go in here for, is to argue, right? I don't know, it's weird. I like to hang to kind of just chill and talk about.
I'm all about arguing, but I don't like the fact that after the 10 people on the block are finished arguing, they've all agreed that they're going to hang the nigger on the corner.
Yeah. The corner does have the biggest tree.
Usually.
That's a fun word to say. No,
well, I don't mind saying
it. Mel Brooks. Thanks, Mel Brooks.
I'm just look, I think words need to be said in appropriate context, and I think that was an appropriate one. I mean, I don't think anyone should have been offended, and they would recognize what I was talking about.
Say hang from a tree.
But in the context, I was certainly portraying that as something that was fucked up.
Right.
And then, the context involves those that's the image of those people are doing that. That's what they would, that's what they would be doing. They wouldn't be hanging a nice black gentleman from a noose, right?
Well, you're already inferring that a bad black person is referred to as a nigger, where I would think, I would think, okay, let me give you an example. There's also songs. Elvis Costello has a line in his song which is pretty good. It says, "One more worthless little white nigger." But the thing is about that word, it comes from the Latin root word negro, And that when they're selling slaves from Spain over, they'll say, "Oh, Negro, 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 Negro over here, Negro."
Of
So
course.
they turns
Of
that
course.
turned into nigger. So you're still referencing a slave and a black slave. So
Right.
it still
No,
insinuates
I'm okay. So
racial racism.
okay,
Just
what I would, as I understand my use of it, what I think I'm doing with
well,
it.
your understanding of it. The thing of it is, it's your understanding may have been your understanding, but now that you're knowing what it is, does your understanding change or just stick to the same nature as before?
Okay, here, well, my understanding of what what I think I'm doing with this is just in a way, just talking straight, but because of, what I'm doing is referring to the context in which that story that I just described could happen,
Uh-huh.
right? And in the context of that, as 10 guys, 10 people on the block voting for what I said, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, imagine that, and you're like, picture it happening or whatever, um, and then those people who
Mm-hmm.
would all those not okay. So the what I'm just coming to the story. I'm using language of the nine
The 9.
who voted to string him up.
Uh-huh.
That's what they would have called him. That's what I'm saying, and that's and saying that's like the
Uh-huh.
10 people on the block taking a vote, and the one
Uh-huh.
nigger gets hung.
Uh-huh.
Well,
What are we
that
comparing
indicates
this
the
to? Jesus,
nine
right?
just voted to hang that dude. And if
Is
who's
that
gonna
talk
vote to hang a
is
guy,
that what
if
talk say? You're referring to
and all I'm
Jesus?
saying is, if you're gonna be voting to hang a black dude, obviously you're
It
racist.
seems like to me.
And
Right? Yeah.
the
You
appropriate term, it's not inappropriate
Think
to
about it,
use
they did
that
that to do.
word.
That's
Yeah.
what Pilate did. Pontius
right?
Pilate did to the crowd. He's like, "Hey, who do you want? Do you want Barabbas or do you want Christ?" And like, "No, we want Barabbas. Free
Give
him.
us
Crucify
Barabbas.
the Christ." Yeah,
What should we do with Jesus?
Hand him over to the Jews.
crucify him. Crucify him.
Crucify him!
Well,
Crucify!
didn't the Jews call for Jesus, and then and Pilate said that his crimes were not worthy of death, and the Jews said, "We don't care. We want
Yeah.
him dead anyway."
He says, I find
And
nothing.
the Jews had a lot of control there. They controlled the money. They were in control of changing the money. So the Romans had to
Well, I'll
concede
explain
in
what
certain
my
ways
view is.
governments and their politics proper and businesses. So well,
It
oh, you
looks
want
like
to
there
hear
was a lot of
want to
politics.
hear the most racist joke in the world that my black uncle told me? And my black uncle said, "I'm gonna tell you this most racist joke in the world, but you better not tell anybody. But I'm gonna tell you. You want to hear it?
Wait,
I'm
what?
not. I can't say it. I can't say it live.
Is it live? Oh, well,
Yeah, I
nobody's
can. I'll tell you
hey,
later
but
on.
we
I'll tell you
got no
later on.
viewers, Victor. It's okay.
Nah, it's just too. it's just too bad,
Can't
man.
do that, huh?
Even though my black uncle told me it, he told me not to tell anybody. He's probably right.
Oh,
I
he
just thought
did.
about that.
He did. He said, "Don't ever tell this to anybody."
He said, "I'm gonna tell you the most racist joke I ever heard." Because I told him a joke. He was laughing. It was not a racist joke. It was a black joke. It was about the little black boy and the flower in his face. I told you that before, right? Yeah. He was cracking his ass up. He was laughing. He told me this one joke, and well, I guess I could say it just changed the word. I guess
Yeah,
what
then
what
we'll
do you
know you
call
nigger, right? I'm just
okay?
saying.
What do you call a let me get it right first. It's been a while since I heard it. Years. I think I was like 8 years old when he told me this thing. What do you call a black man painted yellow hanging from a tree?
Oh my goodness. Wait. Say okay. I got to turn my volume up and this one down. Okay, so repeat that again so I can hear.
What do you call a black man painted yellow hanging from a tree?
Oh my god, I'm trying to think of it. Todd, got any guesses?
Something to do with barbecues. I don't know.
I want to.
I'll say it again. What do you call a black man painted yellow hanging from a tree?
I want to say something like, I don't know, too few. I don't know.
Let
Banana
me know
comes
what
to
you
mind.
want. You let me know what you wanted to answer.
Go ahead. Wait, go ahead.
Okay, I'll say it. I'll say it again because it kind of goes with the jokes. You have to say like I don't know what.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
what do you call?
Okay.
It's gonna be horrible.
So I'm gonna say I don't know. I don't
It's gonna
know
be
what.
horrible. This is just a joke. What do
Okay,
you
so
call a black man painted yellow hanging from a tree?
I have no idea what.
That's my nigger. I can paint whatever fucking color I want. Right? Isn't that the fucking worst joke in the world?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So well, I guess it's.
I mean, it's a pretty good bad joke.
Right.
I mean,
we have to catch him off
it's up
guard.
there.
Yeah.
I don't think that guy we were talking about earlier, Jimmy something, would be telling that one.
Who's that?
That comedian that's all outrageous, over the line.
He would. Yeah, I don't think he had the balls for that one.
Jimmy Carr or something.
Jimmy Carr. Yeah. He wouldn't have the balls for that one. I mean, you can't. I mean, those old jokes. I mean, when I was in the schoolyard, and I grew up in, I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, and damn, but if it wasn't just, everybody was telling all kinds of different jokes. Black kids had the most black jokes. White
You want
kids
to
had.
know I live in a black neighborhood? I heard the shots going by my house the other day.
Believe me, I grew up in the '60s, and it was great. School
Motherfucker
was
had a
fine.
silencer.
We all used
Damn.
the term. We talk about a nigger pile, this and that. I mean, yeah.
Why the fuck did they roll up their whole fucking clips though? Like, why the fuck you wasting so many bullets, you fucking lame ass shot?
Right, learn how
All
to
I'm
aim.
saying is, but there wasn't malice between. There wasn't malice in it somehow.
There wasn't malice in it because you didn't have to be. You weren't right next to them. You were able to say dog pile this and nigger knock that. Let's go nigger knock in. Because the white kids said that when I was in the foster homes in the all white neighborhood. Hey, let's go nigger knock in. When I was in the black neighborhood, they called knock knock zoom zoom.
Well, I don't know about that, but all I know is the black kids were doing the same thing. If a white person walked into their neighborhood.
What do you mean?
I mean,
the white person wouldn't walk into a black neighborhood.
Nigger piling on the white dude.
I grew up in a small town, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we used to have things called like nigger bridge, and like why it was called nigger bridge because back in the day, they used to hang black people off the bridge, and it was like this whole wooden bridge, and like it was like a ghost thing where you would go by and drive under and see the niggers like hanging from like the tree or from the bridge. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's
wait,
sad.
you mean actually this was back in the day they used to do that?
Yeah, they used to do it, because
that's
it's an
how
old
it got
small
its name.
urban town.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
But it wasn't actually called nigger bridge. It's just everyone colloquially called it nigger bridge. It had its own name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was one of those went down things, and everyone knew it as nigger bridge.
Yeah, there's a place over there in San Diego. I read you might be familiar with it. It's over there, like where is it at? It's like Mission Gorge. They have those like long like ponds and lakes that run through there that connect to the San Diego River. The people around there refer to them as nigger ponds because black people go down there and catch catfish all the time.
Oh, okay. Just by who fishes them, but
right. There's a lot.
I thought you were going to say because that's where they used to throw the dead niggers they'd kill.
No, they call them nigger ponds because it's weird. It's
tie a rock to them and throw them in those ponds.
No, this is just because there's a lot of black homeless people that live down there and they go fishing for catfish over there.
Oh, you got a shill from
it's only regular racism.
Right, yeah, exactly. Regular racism. Yeah. I mean, racism is like, I don't know. It does like.
Okay.
To me, it's just
going, guys. Food's done.
All right, take care, bro.
Take care.
It's an instant poor. It just makes me have an instant poor reflection on who's ever participating in it. You know what I mean? It's like, what a retard. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's a sign of the times in a way. It's just you can't say it's okay because it's a sign of the times. Sure, it's horrible, and what people said and done to each other was horrendous, but it was the way it was, and
I just don't want to. I really don't want to restrict someone's right to say it if they want to, even if it means they get their ass beat. Well, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, United States is a big mess, and it's the governments that kept it that way. There would be no racism if they didn't incite it and ensue it and pursue it so much. If they didn't keep it that way, it wouldn't be that way.
50 years. That's been the case the last 50. I mean, and it goes.
Well, a good example.
It's been our whole history, though.
A good example. If you want to see like a small microcosm of our government, just look at the prison system. They allow all these prisoners out into the yard and to mingle with each other, and they know they're going to fight. They know they're going to collaborate and plan and kill each other. And you know why they do that is because they keep the chaos going. There's no reason for a maximum security prison to allow that to happen if they don't want it to happen.
Well, I'm not for prison system. Like I think,
but that's what America is. It's one big prison. We're all segregated.
Yeah,
we're all
I agree.
arguing, fighting. People are killing each other over it. It's a huge prison out here.
We're in a prison in that sense.
Yeah, in that sense, because there's still violence, there's still recklessness, and
I just don't think the legal system should involve prisons.
Well, you talk about like just straight executions for murderers, then, right?
I mean, every sentence should be carried out immediately, whatever the severity of it, and then it's over with. There's no,
like Muslims do, right? Like chop off fingers.
Maybe that's or whatever, but
whatever stops them, right?
The punishment is done with, but nobody's paying for anybody to eat or anything afterwards forever or anything. It's just like, hey, you did wrong. This is the penalty. Everybody knows it. As long as I'm assuming a fair meting out of justice, which we don't have.
Are you gonna bring in? Would you bring in something like beating or like caning or whipping or something?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because that's what I was thinking of. Like, I was asking, like, okay, so instead of putting the drug dealer guy away for like 3 years, how about just beat the fucking living shit out of his ass one night?
Well, here's the thing.
I'm just saying, would you want to go through that again?
Exactly, but the thing is, you need to stop. Like, okay, you got a drug dealer, right? Not only do you beat the shit out of them, they could find out where everything's coming from. They just don't want to because they want the money to keep coming in. It's job security.
Well, okay. Again, I'm assuming integrity in the law enforcement where they're really trying to, and that would be, hey, root them all out, find them, and cane them all, and so next time it's going to be worse, dude.
There would be a whole revision of the policing system too, because there's many, many, many instances where somebody will call in onto a dope house, right? And there's no traffic around the dope house; it's just all closed up. Foil on the windows. It might be growing something. They'll go in there and they'll bust the door down, right? They'll bust the door down, right? No matter what. But if there's a dope house that has people going in and out of it, do they go in there and bust it? No, they sit 2 blocks away and wait for the people to go out of there, follow them a couple blocks later, pull them over and go back. You know what I mean? They're fishing.
Why do they do that?
Because they know they can make money and off the tickets, off the prisoners,
the
judges, the lawyers.
I see what you mean. Like a static, just drug house with no security. People involved. That doesn't generate job. Yeah, that doesn't generate income for all of us.
Right. Exactly. See how they work?
It's very minimum or something.
That's how they work everywhere in the United States. If you look at it, every drug house that's got people going in and out of, they stay in business. The ones that don't, they bust them because they'll do anything.
I can tell you what,
to keep it going.
I listen to this guy in Detroit. He does a podcast, No Bullshit News Hour, but he's done about 3 stories on that exact thing. How the cops with drug houses and the people, it's about how the neighbors have, they call and it's like, fuck, it took them forever for them to, and only because it got news. As soon as it got in the news, then the cops went and busted it.
Have you ever heard of a channel called Lackluster?
And all they did was move to another house. But go ahead.
You heard that YouTube channel called Lackluster? Check it out. It's Lackluster, and they pretty much like they show where the cops fuck up, and most of the time the cops end up getting sued. It shows like improper procedures and anywhere from detaining people to pulling them over. I mean, they show cops doing some really fucked up shit, like tackling people down to the ground for jaywalking now. Just like it's crazy.
I don't understand people that I'm all for the blue,
Yeah, it's corrupted. It's so corrupted.
What I'm for just law and order. I'm for just and constitutionally respecting, all times. There's got to be for those guys. They need to get their emotions in check.
Right, exactly. There needs to be some proper training for these guys. There's too many freaking psychopaths out in the street. There's like half the force should be out of there because of the way they act.
I agree with you. So I'm not for, I'm for serious police reform that puts a lot of money in constitutional training, like a year of it or something, that they have to, like a strict test they have to pass, or they can't get out on the street and deal with the public. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, they can't be out there violating people's rights. They got a fucking gun.
Yeah.
And they got a right to use it. You know, so they better be. I mean, we really should be serious about our policing.
I don't think it's gonna be too long before people are seeing what's happening with the police, and they're gonna say, you know what? If the cops are gonna try to do me dirty, I'm just gonna do them dirty. I mean, it's gonna be a point. There's gonna be a
It
breaking
is.
point.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. That's the fear, right? But also, what's happened? Imagine. I mean, this is not a new problem. Imagine what's gone on in the police forces throughout America in the last like 15 years, as far as the percentage of decent cops on any force. I think it's less now. It's like, because
I say so.
If I was a good cop, I'd be like, I'm out of here.
Right? Yeah, I can't deal with this shit. I'm gonna go somewhere else, find a decent place.
I'm not gonna be a bad, I'm not gonna be a person that, I'm not gonna do this shit, and I know I'll get in trouble, or whatever. So I'll go private security somewhere.
Something, here. Right? Yeah.
It's crazy. And then, but the problem is, look who that leaves on all these forces. Like, you saw that beating right down in Georgia or whatever.
They killed the kid.
Absolutely.
The black kid, the black cops killed the black kid.
But you can see that's the mentality of the police force, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Or that those whatever team that those officers were of,
Yeah, they're totally two-faced. I mean, I've dealt with police. I used to engrave their little fucking in National City. We had a contract with National City Police Department. San Diego was coming down too for theirs. We're doing little brass badges. We had to like drill in and paint with little stars and shit or whatever they wanted on there, right? And we were also doing the Latino Police Officer Association badges. We're doing stuff for the DA. So I met a lot of cops. When we come into the shop, they're all rosy and cheeky. But every time I ever met one down the street, nah, they're just like two-faced motherfuckers. They're power hungry, egotistical pieces of crap most of the time.
Dude, I think the first time I ever fought a traffic ticket, I learned that cops are liars.
Yeah, dude, they are totally liars.
You know what I mean?
Like a little clubhouse they have.
Dude, the judge might be swallowing this, but you're fucking straight up lying. You know?
Yeah.
Because at least I know you're a fucking liar.
And they won't believe the regular. They think that they have some type of organization there where they're all brothers and they're going to protect each other no matter what. And it's I don't know. There needs to be some type of I would say a third party system that's monitored by the people that can monitor the police. Like always.
Yes. Yeah. Like. A public representative body that only looks at the only looks at the interests of the public, like purposely, not this what do you call it, when two parties act together. No, we want an
intermediary.
Not an intermediary. I'm talking about there's a word escaping me, but it's more like a lawyer, like a position where you're
auditor.
I want an advocate for my side.
I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I don't want a compromiser. No, I don't. We're not here to compromise. This group is just here to look and always fight for just the public interest. And you know what I mean? Like all I'm saying.
That's not going to happen though. I don't think. Not the way things are going.
Well, it's crazy. Everything's
everything's a lie, dude. Everywhere you look is a fucking lie. They're like, if you look at the food shortage thing, why are these corporations, why are these chicken farms having diseases and not producing things all at once? Why are these fucking businesses that supply food burning down?
It's because of the government.
Yeah, exactly. They're
I think if the government let us, I'm just saying, there's just too much money in the lobbyists, and we need to break up Washington, man. I think
the corruption in there. Well, it's all corrupted.
I think we should stop. I think Congress people should have to live in their communities all the year round.
Right.
And then they can do Zoom meetings. They don't need to go to Washington, where they're all right there ready for the lobbying. And, that's nothing but a big money pit up there in Washington. That's all it is our money.
There's not really other countries that allow lobbying because they know how fucking corrupt it is.
Okay, Yeah, how about that? I mean, I love the idea of the NASCAR jacket, you know, for all these fuckers, you know,
Right?
all
Yeah,
their
sponsors.
sponsors. You got it's right there. They
Yeah.
know Pfizer, and it's, you know, by the size, you know, the size of the patch, you know, that's their big, you know, that's a
Right.
big,
Yeah. Across the chest, AIG.
yeah, on the big old one on the back, you know.
Yeah.
Pfizer,
Right.
brought to you by voting for Pfizer.
Yeah, they should do that. I mean, if they should be honest about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny about you watch that movie Idiocracy, right?
Mm.
You ever see that one?
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So
every time the guy was speaking, like what that one of the guys in the White House, he kept saying like Taco Bell, or he kept saying words because he gets paid for it, and he actually had, like, you know, on his jacket he had logos on there. So it's funny how they did that in that movie. They actually, you know, put that in there. He goes,
yeah.
"Why you keep saying Taco Bell? Because I get paid $500 time I do, stupid."
Right?
Yeah,
I know, like a secret deal nobody knows about, but man, he
right.
really uses that phrase a lot.
It's hilarious. That movie's just full of shit. It's full of gold.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, you been practicing your guitar, man?
Yeah. I've
Right
been
on.
practicing. I was just doing that earlier before Todd came in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Man, my mom's gonna be pissed. I had to smoke in here because I didn't want to. I moved upstairs. Like, I'm just temporarily, sort of. I moved upstairs to this upper bedroom.
Cool.
And I don't ever smoke upstairs, except tonight I did.
Oh, well,
I just opened up the window, you know, and I'll just leave this window open, I guess.
it's a good thing it rises, you know, just blow it out the window.
Yeah, I mean, I got a heater on, so I think the heat will take it out to the cold air. I mean, whatever. We'll see.
Yeah. Should be all right. I mean, you're a grown man in the house.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an issue now because she's in bed.
Oh, okay. Right on.
I'm gonna take my headphones off though. I'm not backbeating or anything, am I?
No, you're cool.
Oh no, but I was really jammed. I was really jazzed because actually, so there's a song I've been. I just was. It's called it's an Eagles song. What is it? Try and Love Again.
Uh-huh.
When you're out there on your own, where your memories can find you. Whatever, something like that. Anyways, okay. So, but the normal chords, Victor, are difficult for me. But it's, I mean, I'll show you what I mean. So, I mean, it starts out with just a D and G. It's like goes back and forth. It's like, so D. G, back to D, back to G. Okay, then there's this combination. It's G, F major 7, I think. It's the two fingers, second bar, second fret, two fingers on the, you know, the A and E.
It's like making a full bar chord, but lifting your pinky off, right?
Well, it's okay. You just bar the, you know, you bar the whole. I guess you bar the whole
first fret or second fret. Second fret.
Bar the whole second fret, and then you use your index and your pinky on the fourth, but on the A string. And the
okay, it's like a minor.
Yeah, it's a minor. It's a F. It's like maybe a F minor 7 or something. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, minor.
Okay, but anyway, so you got to do the G. It's like, I'll just do it slow. Okay. So here's G. There's that chord, and then you go to E minor. Then you go back to that chord, to A, to D, and then you repeat that.
Okay.
But to me, it was very difficult for me to do that. Right?
You're gonna have to, like, I just did it right now, and the best way to do it is a bar chord, because that way we could slide your hand from that back to the E minor, back to that, and then back to the A.
I know, I know, because I was even messing with that because because of obviously the E minor and then that F chord, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's easy, you know. So
yeah.
I was like, okay, I got to try to learn how to position, you know. But my problem is going from G to that bar chord.
Yeah, you got, if you slide up to a full G bar chord, on the 3rd fret.
Oh, you mean okay? You mean do the G? In other words,
Show you.
okay, I see. So this is the bar chord G,
Yeah,
and
that's on
then
the 3rd.
then I just have to lift up the finger and slide it, right?
Yeah. So just,
Yeah.
and then the A's right here on the 5th,
Okay.
and then T's down here.
Wait, let me practice that because wait. Let's see. Bar the 3rd. Okay. Wow, you just go right down. That's what and then you just go back up.
You just slide it.
So it's like boop, 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 you know, boop, 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 boop. You do it twice, just like that, you know, and then it goes back to the D. Okay, but anyway, so what I discovered was so and I mean this is probably not new to you, but I mean there's some songs you can do this with if the transition works, but if you bar the second, okay, so if you bar the 2nd fret, let me pull this up just so I get the right chords on the transition. Okay, so on bar D, you got that? You got your, I mean, on no capo. Let me hear a D.
You want the regular D or the bar D?
Just no, the regular D, like the 3-finger D. Yeah. Okay, so that's a D, right?
Yeah.
With no capo, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a C with the 2nd fret.
2nd fret C.
I got a capo on the 2nd fret, and now I'm playing a C.
Okay.
Now play your D.
Regular D?
The D you just played. Does it sound like this?
Close.
Very close, right?
Yeah.
And then I go to an F. So you hear that similarity?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's that. I'll take it off and just do the T and you know. And you know the issue is it always sounds fuller without the capo, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's like the T, you know.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's like fuller sound. Okay, so anyways.
Hey, you know what I did? I woke up yesterday morning, like at 4 a.m. and I wrote a song in like 10 minutes.
Awesome.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, I did in the last day. I did like change 1 or 2 words
now,
around.
Are you talking about lyrics and music or just music?
The lyrics, I woke up with the lyrics and I borrowed the backing for different songs. But this is what I came up with. Tell me what you think. I'm thinking about like trying to record
before
it really
you
nice.
Start, before you start it though, like I'm sure you probably like me, like I got little bits and you know that I mess with, you know, and I don't know what to do with them or something, but until something comes in my head and then I'll like, oh yeah, I'll put that in with that or something, or it'll be part of this song you're gonna do or something. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, now I made my logo right there, that little icon I made. It says "Forever Under Cold Kisses." I made that like months ago, right? That little record. And so I woke up. I was like, I woke up and I was like seeing a little tune in my head when I woke up with that in there. So this is what I came up with. Well, I would say 10 minutes, probably like 15 or 20. So I was trying to recall everything in there, but some I had to go on the fly. It's kind of a slow country, like a little bit of a folk music kind of song. All right, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's up. A saint's word could never be sold. God's word could never be told. Your grip's loose, you're getting cold. How's it feel to be so damn old? How's it feel to be so damn bold?
Like that.
I'll be forever underground. Please don't tell me what you found. Nothing good can never be heard. Shift them poles and flip the bird. Oh, shift the poles and flip the bird. Now here's the chorus part I came up with. Over here my soul runs free. Over here my soul runs free. Forever under cold kisses I will be. Forever under cold kisses I will be. And the last part I came up with is pass me by, world, pass me by. Please don't brag, drag, or cry. Under my lid I describe. Oh, ain't it fun when you die? Ain't it fun when you die? And now to repeat the over here my soul runs free. Way over here my soul runs free. Under cold kisses I will be. Under cold kisses I will be. They fade out, you know. What do you think?
What is the lyric right there? What are you saying? That last
Forever
repeated?
under cold kisses I will be.
Forever under
cold kisses.
Cold kisses.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like wow, you know, it's like
dead in the ground.
Oh
like,
man, no, I think that song is like fucking amazing, dude.
Is it good?
It's
You think so?
Beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Yeah.
Thanks, dude. Awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Awesome, dude. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
like, dude, that's like something I would have thought you could pull up from an old record somewhere, you know, and kind of
Oh,
hear
right
that.
on. Thanks, man.
Definitely.
I'm gonna try to record it like really nice and I can't get too professional with the equipment I have. Just a guitar on the mic, maybe I'll have some bongos in the back, you know.
Yeah, do some work with it, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Record some pieces and mix them or whatever if you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to. I think Tog knows about mixing music, and he has like a little music thing. He could probably give some hints on, and of course Simos, you know, he knows a lot about music. And
I like it. I like
Thanks,
it.
man.
I mean, that's my, you know, I don't, you know, I'm a fan of a lot of music, and I like that style. I recognize it. You know,
nice. I always liked folk music when I was a kid. You know, I like all types of music. That's why I think I like reggae so much because reggae is.
I
really
like the
folky.
first lows. I liked it when you come to that first. I don't know if it's like it's your first deep bass note. You kind of like you emphasized it. It comes kind of early, but it's like just on your first time you get to the low one, and it just sounds so cool when you get to that.
Like Johnny Cashy kind of, huh? I think of Johnny Cash when I was doing that.
It was more like the guitar though that I was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about the guitar sound.
Oh, the E, yeah.
Yeah, that when like somehow you worked your way down up, and then you finally hit that bass, and it was like,
cool.
it reached it. It reached like you needed. You know, it was going there, and it needed to be there. You know, and it just sounds excellent. You know.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that, dude. Man, that was I'm serious, dude. I'm jealous.
No,
that's fucking so good. I was gonna play my little song. I don't have any lyrics. Oh. It's just simple. But I mean I have, and this is I'm gonna okay. So I just came up with this. It's simple chords. It's C. It goes between C, F, and G7. Right. Very simple switching there, and but it has to do with the pattern, right? And this and I'm gonna make it okay. So Kathy, this girl, right? Her name is actually Zhijing.
Zhijing?
Well, it's spelled Jiaxin.
That's a pretty name.
Zhijing. It's I don't know. I gotta practice it sometimes, but Zhijing. Not Zhijing.
Zhijing.
You know, like yeah. Anyways, there's maybe people. Yeah, so anyway, I think that's a pretty name, you know, Jing. So I'll get it down, but you know, I want to work that name into it, and as far as and so she's from Singapore, and I have this idea of during the chorus, just it has something to do with her, you know, her traversing somehow the world. Some idea about that, you know. She's in San Francisco now, but so the chorus is going to be something about, you know, and it'll be about Jing, you know. But all right, and it's kind of a quick moving song if I can think of it. Even sometimes I have to. Let's see. Here's a chorus.
Hey JG, you make me sing. Hey
Start
JG,
again.
won't you wear my ring?
That's C. So it's C, 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 F, 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 C. Then it goes the G7. Back to C.
I like it.
Repeat it. Then F, C, G7. Back to C. F. Back to C. Hold the C. G7. Back to C. Hold the C. And then that kind of finishes it. And then you just go back again, you know. So the verses are like the C, F, G7, or C, F, C, G7. C, F, C, G7. And then the chorus is more like F, C, G7, C, F, C, G, F, C, C, G, you know, a quick little G7, you know, I mean, just to change it up at the end there. Right? But anyway, that's kind of the tune.
That's nice, dude.
I think it's a fun. It's going to be a kind of a fun song, and it's you know, once that chorus breaks out, and this will be like she was she was going mile for mile or whatever, you know.
So I was thinking like when you told me her name,
and a smile, you know, or something like this, you know, whatever.
Because when you told me her name,
wherever she went, you know. A smile could be found. She's my girl, you know. Or whatever, you know.
She's the girl, the one I found. Maybe
but
found.
I still got.
Because it's got a rhyme, right?
Beijing, yeah, I gotta find. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Because when you said her name, when you said Beijing, I was like, when you started playing it, I was thinking in my head what you're doing. I was singing along. I was, hey Beijing, joy you bring. Hey,
yeah,
Beijing,
exactly.
Make me sing.
That's the idea, you know. And yeah. Her name is Xing. Her name is Xing. You know what I mean? Prettiest girl I think I've ever seen. So, whatever. Yeah.
Hey Beijing, you make me sing. Hey Beijing, won't you wear my ring?
That's a great, the zing, the ing. That's easy, man. There's so many words you can.
Right? Yeah.
It's better than purple.
Right? Nurple, purple, nurple, circle, purple. Urkel.
You just ran out.
Or try to rhyme orange, you know?
Oh, right. Yeah, orange.
I think I find close that rhymes with orange is porridge. Porridge or porridge? You like porridge? Like porridge? Like, I don't know.
Orange. I was like, burnt? No.
We collaborate and shit and just write some music together, dude. I'm pretty good with lyrics and stuff. You're pretty good with jams, tunes. It took me a while to come with that. I had to borrow from songs kind of here and there and change them around to get the background. But like lyrics, I'm pretty good with lyrics, and I think anyway.
My sort of inspiration for that song. I mean, I don't know. It probably doesn't sound anything like this, but just let me see. Okay, it goes. It does use the same chords, but it's just it's this song. I don't know if you recognize it. Wait.
I hear it, but yours was more brighter, more lively.
And this is on the island. We do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. Anyway,
right.
Those are just real. I mean, you never seen a set of 3 chords that are such an easy transition, especially if you don't bar the F chord. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Because
you hardly move your finger. I mean, I'm looking at my hands. You You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
so easy to go from one to the other. You know, because
One of the first songs I learned to play when I started playing years ago was Jambalaya. That's what. Did you learn Jambalaya? Because it's G7 and C.
oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
it's
And
oh
and and I use all four fingers, so
oh
I'll
mhm.
add
Oh yeah,
the
the
extra
7.
note. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
like right instead of
Mhm.
because I'm hitting my pinky's hitting the E string on the C,
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're getting
and
the bass note
same
too.
and I don't know. And when I go from the C to the G7, my little finger is still kind of resting on the E string. Sort of.
Okay.
I don't know. You have to and
Mhm.
acoustic is different than electric. So I mean, you have to
Well, the
well,
sound's a little
well
different.
even the way your fingers the strings are. I mean, I don't know. To me, the
Mhm.
it seems like the electrics are skinnier necked or something. Or
Some are like, for example, my let me see it. It depends on what you have.
I don't
Like
know.
this one
You know,
here is
my Yamaha is a wide neck.
yeah, this is a wide neck. Go this way. This is a
Oh, okay.
62 reissue, so it's very flat
Oh,
and
look at
very
that! I like a
very
flatter
wide.
one myself.
And
Yeah.
then
Oh, flatter and wider.
My
Okay.
Gibson Studio is very rounded and very thin. It has like a rounded like
Yeah, I
arc
can
to it.
see it's a little thicker. You know, I mean, at the center of the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it's got a rounded. It's more rounded here. It has a more
Okay, I
rounded shape
see
to it.
that. Right.
And thinner too than the Fender, which is weird. Oh,
I
that
mean,
sucker's heavy.
it doesn't. You know, a few millimeters. You know, makes a difference.
Oh,
I
it
guess.
does. If I go from one to the other, my fingers have to adjust a little bit because it is that much of a difference. It starts
I
to
know.
like,
I got 5 different guitars and five different widths.
right?
I mean, and then I can get the ukulele out, and it's even more.
You got a ukulele?
I do, yeah.
You lucky dog. I got 2 guitars and 1 bass.
Like Alvarez, I think is it
Oh, the
maybe?
Alvarez's are good. Yeah, those are nice
I'm not
guitars.
sure if that's the brand, but it might be.
The Alvarez is
It's
a
one
brand.
that came to mind. Yeah, yeah, it's a nice one. It's. I swear to God, like I remember like I whatever I had it out. I was playing with it. You
Mhm.
know, I had you know it was tuned up and everything. I put it away.
Mhm.
And I just went like 8 months later or something. I never it got I pulled it out and I put the tuner on it to that
Mhm.
fucker was in tune,
Nice.
dead on. I was like unbelievable. This I mean that tells me there's some quality of something
Right.
going on. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's just the strings, but yes.
What size strings do you use on your acoustic?
Like a 10, starting
Mhm.
with a 10 E string, maybe a 52 on the E, something like that.
Okay, yeah, it's like a standard, like a thinner. That's actually
It's a medium thin or something.
mhm.
Yeah.
I put nines on my Fender. It seems to
Okay.
work out a lot better for like bending and stuff. And
What's
that's where
the
I can
high? What's the E string then, or the thick one? How thick does it get on the top?
9
I mean,
on the top.
oh,
I'm not sure. The bottom's a 9 though, but
the
it makes it
bottom is
easier.
the bottom would be a 9, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty thin. That's
Not really. I thought it'd be thinner, but it's not too much thinner. I know they go down lower than that.
they did.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine much lower than an 8 or something.
I think they have an 8 and 7. So they have lights, ultra, super lights, and ultra lights. I think, or something like that. I was checking
Oh,
them
okay.
out. Yeah.
I guess I can see that because there would be certain artists that hey they want that string and they just make sure they don't play it. They don't abuse it or
They break
something.
them all the time.
See, I wish if I was it's funny. I was just thinking about this. If I was a guitar string company,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I would make a standard practice of throwing in like an extra
Extra,
E string.
right? Yeah. You
I
think?
would I would sell 7 strings,
Mm-hmm.
2 small E strings, and I mean I've
Yeah.
never ever broken anything but an E string
Right.
on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I mean I think sometimes that E string protects the B string, to be honest, or whatever, but. You know what I'm talking about, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, that B string is, it's quite a lot thicker than the E string. So
Yeah.
it's usually twice. Well, I don't know if it's twice. What is it like 20? It's usually like 20, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I threw the package
Point
away.
two or something. Point
Just,
two three or something. I don't know.
I'm not
It's
sure.
like
Yeah.
I was just in my mind because I just restrung my guitars. I'm trying to picture the envelopes, because it was like
Mm-hmm.
11. I think it was like it just about double. It was like 11 to 20 to 30
Right.
to 40 to, you know, to
So 52,
50,
I think, is on
something
the.
like, you know, it's like roughly 10, but plus or
Mhm.
minus on a different whatever string was.
Yeah.
And then I noticed right in the Coachella Valley is where they make those. There's a certain brand. It's like, I like this packaging. It's a cheap brand kind
Uh-huh.
of, but they're good string. I think they're good. I use them. What's the brand? It's kind of a touchy. I mean, they're trying to be, you know, they're like a hippie kind of.
Are they like they're well known, or
Yeah. What are some of the well-known strings?
there's Ernie Ball?
Yeah, Ernie Ball. That's
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Ernie
That's what I have
Ball.
right now. That's what I got the Fender nines, Ernie Ball nines.
Okay, yeah. So they're in Coachella Valley, right?
Oh,
And
okay, cool.
I remember that, you know, and the other day I was reading up on that, and you know, it's because, you know, the dry air up there, right?
Mm.
The desert up there is, I guess, ideal for. I guess, yeah. You don't want rust and stuff on your strings.
Yeah, I like Ernie Ball strings. They're pretty good. I used them before, and then I bought them again for this one. Then I got the Super Slinky nines.
Okay, right, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They came in the green
But
package.
I like the packaging. I like the
Yeah,
whatever you call it. I mean, I like the brand, or I mean, you know, to me, I like supporting them. I mean, I just, this is just after, I don't know, maybe it's all bullshit, you know, but you know,
they're good
I
string.
like
Yeah.
companies that care about the earth and
Mm.
actually, you know, I mean, our this is what's great about music, dude. If the world was only filled with just musicians, there wouldn't be wars.
Right.
If there was just songwriters and singers, I mean, if there was no wars, maybe there'd be fewer songs. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's always the singers, the songwriters. They're always the freaking voice that, you know, is always there. That subversive kind of, you know,
I know what you're
attitude.
talking about. Yeah, it's like music could
It's
change.
very
You know.
important. It's
Oh
very
yeah.
important. You know, or it has worked out to be, at least in America. Like, I don't know, back in the Roman Empire, you know, people if
You
they
had
could get a
gangster
song.
rap back in Rome.
I don't know if any songs went viral or some shit. It's hilarious.
Oh man, I've been doing a lot of dumb. So you're talking about like Rome and all that. I've been like binge watching fucking history videos of ancient civilizations and shit.
I say more modern. I've been I like to watch. I like to dig into Putin's history when I can, and you know.
Putin? Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. Right now, I'm like,
and some of Russian and like more or less the 20th century's Russian history and leading up to present, that kind of
hey,
thing.
did you know? I didn't figure this. I found this out. You said that you're Scandinavian and Norwegian.
I'm Norwegian and is
Guess what?
Scandinavian.
We might be related bloodline because I'm like solid Germanic if they moved to the south of England, but back during the days, the Germanic people, they were the ones that came from the
that's
north
where
and blended with
that's
them.
where the
Yeah.
Norwegians came from, I think.
Right, yeah, and I'm like half. Well, I'm not half, but I'm more than
well, you
half
know,
Latin German.
you know there was a lot of Nazi sympathizers in Norway, right?
Well,
historically, I mean,
yeah, historically, Norway. I looked at that too. Historically, Norway said that they were neutral, but they sent like 80, like I think it was like, I want to say 10 to 30,000 troops and volunteers, and 6,000 of them were SS soldiers. But they went as volunteers, so the country will stay neutral. That's documented.
I understand. You know, I'm just saying. I mean, and
well, the
it's
U.S.
more.
are
It's just
Nazi sympathizers too. Henry Ford not only sent money, he sent fucking engine blocks and chassis to them, so they could
now.
build.
It might be the case.
Motors,
Like I don't know. You know, it might be the case that when Norway sent those troops, you know, maybe it wasn't so clear that I don't know when it became clear that Hitler was actually like this real. You know, I mean, a guy that's like roasting people and building facilities to burn people.
Well,
you know,
but people were anti-Semitic then too. I think that a lot of them didn't know, and a lot of them didn't care. They just didn't want to say, "Hey, we're doing it too," because there's always been that, you know, systemic, or not just that. Yeah, just that. I don't know what it is, but the Jews has always had that on them, and I'm wondering, like, you know, where that stemmed from. And of course, it's because they're good with money and business.
I have some ideas about it,
Mhm.
so. Well, here's what I think. It has to do with them being sort of vagabonds, not have, that's one result of not having a nation, right? That's
Mhm.
theirs or whatever. So, but in other words, so where are they going to live? They got to live somewhere in some
Yep.
nation. So, and nobody likes them, so
Mhm.
nobody will hire them. So,
Yeah.
but they're really good at money,
Yep.
and as much as they don't like them, they're the ones
Mhm.
with the money, and people come and borrow money from them,
Yeah.
and then and then so the meme gets developed that these fuckers, all they do is they don't do no work. They suck the wealth out of all our,
Mhm.
they suck the wealth out of us. Look at all of us here. They're rich. We're fucking poor,
Mhm.
and they don't even work, and we're the workers. And
Yeah.
I mean, and then let's kill the rich guy. Let's get him and take our gold back. Whatever. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's part of it. Anyway.
Mhm. I mean, Jewish people are very good at business. I know many business owners that were, well, not many, many. I can count them on my hand, but
Sure.
3 in particular that are very good at business and taught me a lot in business and how to work my business, and everything they taught me was to my advantage. And
I've worked for a few Jewish people as my boss. Yeah, I've
I
done
had
that.
not partners but business, I guess, collaborators. Like if the Jack who owned like a specialty shop where he sold like wine glasses and like a wedding utensils with your name engraved on them, well, he would take them for me to get sandblasted or engraved on, and he taught me quite a bit. And the other guy actually had a gold shop. He was a goldsmith, rich dude, very fucking rich, man, up in La Jolla, fucking yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, and that dude was really cool and very, very honest people. The other one was Eddie. He owned a stereo shop in Chula Vista, and he was one of the nicest Jews I ever met, man. He was super fucking cool.
A
Yeah.
stereo shop?
Yeah, he owned a stereo shop. And he was Eddie, a little short guy. He was like, tell you what, I give you a good deal because you come here every time. You're my friend. You're my friend. I show you the price I charge this customer. Look at this receipt. I charge up 200. I give you 150. I charge this customer 225. I give you 150. He showed me like past receipts that he sold and shit just to show me, give me a deal. And we became pretty good friends. I actually helped install stereos over there a couple of times when his employees weren't up to par. Yeah.
Cool.
My friend. Hello, how you doing, my friend? Like, he would call me my friend. And JC, he was a goldsmith. He just called me Vic or whatever. But the other guy was like the big hook-nosed Jew style. His hands were always together. Hello, me. He goes, hello, Mr. Victor. I was wondering if you could do a job for me today. I'm like, sure thing. That's how he talked. That's exactly how he talked.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor. So I just call him Mr. Jack. I said, hey, Mr. Jack.
Dude, you need to record that song and make a really nice version of it. That I can just imagine it. Like just
Really?
now hearing it, because I don't mind something rough. That doesn't take away from the beauty of it. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think so. That folk music, especially, I always like that folk style. Nice, clean, not I mean, like folky, rustic. Like real person music. Just I don't know.
A
Something
lot
about
of
it.
time, all you need is your guitar. You don't need
Mhm.
drums or anything. If you do, that
True
was
that.
just nice, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. That was the first one I actually wrote down and play.
I'm
And
fucking
did.
impressed, man. I'm fucking,
Thank you.
I'm fucking impressed, man. I can't believe it. I mean, I can believe it. I'm just saying, wow, blows me away.
I woke up and I was just like looking at this icon. I was like, I gotta do a song for that. And then I was like, you know what? I was dreaming about it, and I was like, I better start writing down what I was dreaming before I forget. Yeah, it's a good thing I wrote
Yeah,
it down because there's a couple of them that I woke up with before that I didn't write down. I'm wondering, yeah.
yeah. Well, I have to do the same thing, and I've done that before. Like I've woken up and just okay, grab a paper and pen,
Mm-hmm.
and just because this line is just great or something,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's catchy.
Whether I ended up using it or not. But you do that thing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you feel inspired. It's like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was
Like
going. Yeah,
you might think to
exactly. It's like,
yourself,
mhm.
right?
Yeah, I was proud of myself that morning. I was like, hey, it's not bad. I better practice this.
Right? I mean, you wouldn't believe it, man. So many in the days when I was posting on Facebook a lot,
Mhm.
I don't know, probably 10 years, I was filling pages, because I'm very thorough and everything. I'd be addressing arguments,
Mhm.
I'm always the type that there's a question, I hit every item that if somebody's challenged me, Isn't that what you do? Like,
Yeah.
if it was like a post, and there's 3 items of criticism, well,
Oh
damn it,
yeah.
I'm not gonna just address 2 and leave the one standing unaddressed, and now I'm guilty, or
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, it's like it's standing there. Why?
Mhm.
So, what was I gonna say about that? But oh yeah, so but
Mhm.
I'll go back, like even today, like I'll like sometimes I ended up saving a lot of those things just screenshots, right?
Mhm.
Just screenshot that or whatever. And so like I was, I'll get my Google Drive or something and pull them things up, and man, I'll be reading through those and I'll be like,
Mhm.
damn, if that ain't some fucking sage advice, dude. I mean, that's like I'm like, I don't even remember. It doesn't even sound like. First of all, it doesn't even sound like me. Like,
Mhm.
wow, I don't remember writing it, but
Yeah.
wow, that is good stuff. I swear to God, so many times I'm like, dang, man, that is good. It's like, not to, toot your own
Uh-huh.
horn or something, but it's like,
That's how it was when Google was before they had Google. When Google first came out, it was almost like Facebook. They had posts. You go in there and everybody could share their posts, and they had friends and all that, and you could put pictures and video, and kind of like how the chat is now, but it was more open. It was bigger. It was like more universal. And you
I,
argued every day with different people on different things back then. Mainly it was religion, of course.
right. But, not everyone has skill with a word, with a pen. You know what I mean?
Oh
Word and
yeah.
pen. I mean, because it's a talent to write well or to, I don't know. I think I write, I think I can write pretty well when I,
Well, you were singing
like,
there. We were singing along with it. Yeah, it sounded good, dude.
well, I'm saying a writing ability. I
Mhm.
mean, to craft sentences that when people read them, it's like
Uh,
it's like
mhm.
more than just technical page or something.
Yeah, I used to write poetry a lot when I was a kid. I read a lot of poetry. Most of the dark stuff, Edgar Allan Poe, of course.
Most people,
Yeah,
and we don't spend any time writing that way. We don't,
yeah.
we don't practice. We don't, I mean,
It's like a
but
lost
like
art. People used to
I've always
read and
spent
write all the
the time.
time.
I mean, and I usually only write this way, like when there's a woman involved. But man,
Uh-huh.
like I can turn it on. I can be a really good writer. I enjoy writing, and
Hmm.
whatever. It's like song to me. It's a lot like songwriting in a way, as
Yeah.
I picture it, or music or art. It's an art. I mean, it
Hmm.
can be an art, sort of like that.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
like
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the ability to get somebody to laugh at, just because you wrote these words, and obviously they were funny if
Mhm.
they were read right,
Yeah.
like you were talking about with that joke, as long
Yeah.
as as long as I say I don't know what, and then
Yeah. It has to be like a flow.
right,
Yeah.
it's that kind of thing or whatever.
Mhm.
But I like I mean, it's, and I've always appreciated the fact. I can first remember, I don't know how old I was, but uh, just how I recognized or appreciated the fact that some dude can write words on a page, and I'm sitting here crying my eyes out over this, what happened to this
Mhm.
dude in the story.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's
Yeah.
not even real.
Yeah. Sometimes songwriters, good songwriters, they
And
sing from
I've
the
been,
heart.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've been just overwhelmed with like feeling the shivers or my hair stand on end,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Like listen, like after, from the music or the feel or some, just
Hmm.
from a song.
They like pull an
And so,
emotion out.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like the human body is amazing. Like sometimes that what can happen, I mean,
Hmm.
you don't, how could that happen? What the
Yeah, it's almost like it's like it's not reality, but it's portraying it in my mind, and my chemicals in my
It's
head
such an
are
unusual
making it
experience,
happen. Yeah.
sometimes, and it feels good. Besides what,
Mhm.
and I don't know, sometimes it come when you're inebriated of some kind or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway, kind of cool.
Mhm.
I don't know. There's some crazy stuff about, who was I listening to? Something, I don't know. I forget. It was something about the brain though. It was just crazy, man. Like
Mhm.
that our brain, like that shit that our brain is capable of, and under
Yeah.
certain conditions that people mess with it, and then you find this out, and it's like, wow.
It's amazing what some people can do with their minds.
Well, yeah, I was just talking about the study of the brain, kind of like just what we
Oh
learned
yeah, the
of it,
frontal lobes, the hippocampus, the
all the
cerebellum,
stuff, synapses, neurons, and
mhm,
all of it.
the
Like it,
transfer of left right hemispheres, how they work
and I
together.
don't even think
Yeah.
they. I think they admit that they don't even understand like 10% of the brain or
Well, they
something.
don't understand the consciousness part of the brain. They say like they could see where like I guess long term memory, short term memory, how the frontal lobes evaluate things and send things to the hippocampus, and the hippocampus evaluates what's going to long term, and things that aren't in the hippocampus
Right?
too
They
long
can,
go to short
right.
term, and then you have your primitive mind at the stem with the one that controls your body
Right.
functions without you.
Right.
It's so much into. I was looking into that not too long ago, really. It was like maybe a couple of years ago because there was a
Like
discussion on
imagine,
it.
Victor, ever since the doctor slapped your little ass, you'd never not breathe. You
Right?
know?
Stop breathing. Yeah.
I
Heart's
mean,
beat.
obviously, who knows? You could have
Well,
been put on.
you're breathing in amniotic fluid in the womb,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't breathe your first breath of air until you exit, and that's supposedly where life is introduced to you from the
Well, some
air.
people say that, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
heard
but
that in the
that's what
Christian
I meant.
side. Yeah.
When you're breathing air,
Mhm.
that's you better
Yeah.
not stop. Don't start if you think you're gonna stop.
Right. Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna wrap it up. I gotta take my
Right on.
dog outside, and I'm dying for a cigarette, and I don't want to stink this place up.
Right on, bro. I'll catch you later, dude.
All right, it's fun. Thanks for playing that song.
Huh?
Was that recorded? That should be recorded, right?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
what
All right,
on here.
cool.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
clip it and post it or something. I'll share it with you, and you can do what you want with it.
I could probably post it on, clip it on, put it on mine too if you want. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, you do what you want. I could clip it. I got Camtasia. I can do a
Oh,
nice
right on,
clip
dude.
of it.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll do that. All right.
Yeah. Send it
Thanks
to me.
for
Cool.
coming in.
Ah, thanks, you, man.
All
Talk
right.
to you
Good night,
later.
everybody. Yeah.